Kang Dynasty is fast approaching, and the hype not only comes from fans, but from the people working on the film as well. In fact, the first film of Phase 5 will be an all-new introduction into a new big threat. Phase 4 was trying to follow the big events after Avengers Endgame and the Infinity Saga. Kang looms over the horizon and has his eyes set for conquering the power vacuum. Jonathan Majors is primed for multiple Kang appearances and will no doubt add some fire to Phase 5. With so much planned for this phase, you can't help but get hyped for the direction the MCU is going in. Marvel Studios has been building its universe for the last 15 years plus, and excitement for Phase 5 fills the writer's room at Marvel Studios as well. Jeff Loveness, a writer for Ant-Man The Wasp Quantumania and a writer for the Avengers Kang Dynasty, spoke with SFX Magazine about the excitement surrounding Phase 5, and while fans might be left mixed after Phase 4, Loveness claims that the MCU was in a rebuilding state after the events of Thanos. Now all of that's changing with the introduction of Kang. Loveness elaborated in the following. Phase 4 was almost this period of rebuilding, the calm after the storm of what happened in Endgame. Now it's almost a time of relative peace. But just talking for myself here, there's maybe this feeling in the world today. It's like elections are crumbling around the world, we're not doing enough on climate change, and World War III can break out at any minute. Marvel Studios has never been shy from going into the political realm. I think this approach of building tension through the political crumblings of institutions within the MCU would be something pretty interesting to see. Loveness likened the time of peace to a calm after a storm. This time of peace is exactly what leads to Kang's arrival. The Avengers were the heroes of the world, the heroes of the universe, and took down the mad titan Thanos. Ant-Man will be the first Avenger in our timeline in the modern MCU to meet Kang. I think a big storytelling aspect you can do is Kang crumbling these institutions from the outside. Like Loveness said, it's very politically weak right now and it's very tense. Building that tension and crumbling a lot of these former allies would be something that Kang definitely would do something in the background. Loveness spoke on how dire the situation will get for the heroes even before Kang's arrival. He quotes the following: "Things are relatively okay now, but we all feel like it could go real bad, real fast, 100 different ways. And we're all kind of paralyzed by that because we have this feeling that maybe we're not ready for it." 100 different ways that things could go wrong means Kang has multiple variants that might be on their way. And to Loveness' credit, Kang has already caught heroes from the MCU off guard, such as Loki and Ant-Man. The story that is framing for Phase 5 will be centralized around the Avengers at some point. I think Phase 5 is all about building that threat and teasing its arrival, much like Thanos did during the Infinity Saga. The challenge will be to make this story and Kang's story unique from the last Avengers saga. A big thing that can help the writers in telling a whole new story is introducing entirely new characters, and that's what they've been doing in Phase 4. More heroes to bounce stories from, and Loveness spoke on that storytelling aspect of the Avengers in Phase 5 and quotes the following: "I think we're setting things up for a real dynamic story. As I'm building to Avengers, I want it to feel like a generational struggle. Phase 4 felt like the birth of new characters. You're giving everyone a little bit of breath, you're broadening out the universe, you have fun Disney Plus shows that are really elevating characters. And now, I think it's time to put the pedal to the gas again, and really take all these new characters that we like and throw them into the fire." Before we finish off this video, I would like for you to give this video a thumbs up and hit that like button if you can. Drop a sub, leave a comment, and hit that bell so you don't miss any videos coming up. It might be time to put the pedal on the gas again. I love that quote from Loveness, and it expresses the same energy that Kevin Feige has been expressing the last couple of years, since Endgame. The studio looks to be committed to making Phase 5 a unique but somewhat familiar ride. Familiar with the same characters that were introduced in Phase 4, but unique in their circumstances and their obstacles. Kang is set for an explosive debut in Quantumania, and Jonathan Majors will be appearing in multiple MCU projects leading up to his official Avengers film. The Kang Dynasty will feature heroes from Phase 4, Phase 5, and maybe other familiar faces. The challenge Kang poses is very different from Thanos. It'll take more than brute force to top the time-traveling Conqueror. But share with me your thoughts on Phase 5 and the hype level building for Kang the Conqueror in the comment section below. I appreciate you dropping by and watching this video. If you haven't dropped a like, go ahead and drop it now. Leave your comments below, and also click on some videos here on the right side of your screen just to check out a little bit more of my videos here on YouTube. Thanks for watching and have a good one.